Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea. This week I am going to take you down a different road than anything that has come before in the annals of a puppet, spouting off his mouth for all to hear on a platform that espouses nothing but the truth. So, my friends, it would seem that all any of us have to do to become wealthy in America, the great land of opportunity, is to come up with an innovative idea, design it, fully develop it, and set up a means of production to allow us to deliver it to a public that does not yet even realize that they need such a device. But to any student of American history, we are often taken aback to the robber barons of the 19th century, men of great ideas and great ambition, often money too, who changed our lives even in modern times with the inventions and products that they brought to the public. These were often devices and appliances even that addressed pressing human needs in resounding and astonishing ways. In our times, we are led to believe that the key to success in a postmodern world where Clinton and Bush both sold us up the infamous creek full of stinking fecal matter, we need only start a business. In fact, our nation seems to love small businesses now, does it not? Now, to anyone with an innovative brain and God-gifted inventive talents, say that hypothetically you were to come up with an appliance or mechanism that no one has ever built or marketed before, and one that you were positive would solve a particularly pressing problem and therefore would sell quite well. But, kids and cousins, what does a budding and talented innovative inventor do with his or her new idea? Well, you would first need to get designs and drawings prepared, then begin pitching your idea to investors and or venture capitalists. Money will be needed to bring this said idea to market, will it not? Whether you wish to attempt to patent your innovation or not is a deeply debatable idea. If you decide to patent it, be prepared to pay out thousands of dollars to a patent attorney and then to sit and wait and wait and wait until the United States Patent Office finally gets around to reviewing your case. Then be prepared to even potentially be denied your patent if the Patent Office deems it to not be truly unique enough from other products already in existence. And if your idea does end up being awarded a patent, then be prepared for the wolves in China and Taiwan to immediately get on with producing near identical replicas of it, and perhaps even before you can get the newly patented product produced and to market over here. Yep, patents and copyrights never stopped Asian pirates, did they? And we all know that the World Trade Organization holds no one accountable for ripping off intellectual properties. What have we seen with the toothless WTO to date to make us believe otherwise? So say that you were to decide not to patent your idea and begin getting investors on board along with investigating potential engineering and manufacturing sites. You are patriotic, so want to keep your headquarters within the United States of America, along with any engineering and manufacturing operations. What is next? Well, that would be ecological and environmental surveys of your potential manufacturing site, along with buy-in from any investors as to the location. Okay, kids and cousins, I will spare you the boredom of each and every sordid detail of the process, but I think you get my point. There is much that goes into getting an idea off the ground and to market, and there are many possible pratfalls along the way, any of which can spell certain doom to its success. On top of everything I have already discussed, let me state that if your idea has some traits that lend themselves to potential human or ecological safety, you'll be bound also by possible EPA and other alphabet agencies getting involved with various restraints they want included in order to mitigate these risks. My reason for illustrating this process to you, my viewers? Oh, suffice it to say that neither Henry Ford nor Thomas Edison had to jump through the numerous hoops that modern investors and innovators do in order to bring an exciting idea to fruition and market it to the masses. In fact, friends and neighbors, I will go on to further state that it takes deeper pockets and good political connections to get anything off the ground these days. The toaster that you used this morning might never have seen the light of day had it been invented in the last 10 years. Is this exaggeration on my part? Possibly, but not by a lot. Having gone to business school some years back, I'm very familiar with a term that many here may not have heard about. That is the term barriers to entry. Yes, folks, there are so many barriers to entry in today's intricate and prohibitive world markets that it is very difficult for the next Nikola Tesla or Eli Whitney to get their ideas to market, plain and simple. And we should all be aware that each new EPA rule that gets enacted or FTHA regulation that gets passed is just another brick in the wall prohibiting new ideas from coming to market. Ideas that could do everything from getting you to work faster each day to automatically drilling water wells en masse in deeply needed African nations. The next life-saving innovation could be quashed by venture capitalists, Asian pirates, or overreaching governmental agencies. Yes, whether we like it or not, the barriers to entry in modern times are far, far greater than anything Orville and Wilbur Wright ever dealt with in Kitty Hawk. So, what do? We see AI and automation moving in and eliminating jobs worldwide. You may not have yet, but this puppet has, and I will elaborate on that further in a future video. However, it needs to be registered in each and every one of our minds that a period is coming upon us that will see mass unemployment. And then, what will the possible business starters do? After all, you can only have so many beauty salons and bowling alleys and car washes, can you not? Where exactly does this leave us, kids and cousins? When AI and automation spell a future where far fewer workers and barriers to entry for new upstarts are very prohibitive indeed. I believe it will lead to either mass poverty and crime waves, or else government worldwide will need to pony up and provide something known as guaranteed basic income. That is a livable stipend paid by nations and states to citizens otherwise dislocated from their jobs through technology and automation. Yes, folks, the post-industrial world is headed to that. A purely service-based economy will never be adequate to sustain nations and populations, and the increasing barriers to entry for today's Steve Jobs are daunting, to say the least. It is becoming, and will be the case, where innovation is stifled by thieves at both governmental and pirate levels, like it or not. In closing, I will say that I realize some watching this video will not agree with the opinions put forth here by a mere puppet. If you disagree, please comment below. I'm always welcoming to opposing views and opinions. Good night, my loyal viewers, and sleep well.